Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If for those of you who are new here, my name is Leticia and welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I want to tell you a testimony of something that happened to me. It was something really amazing. It was a great experience, and similar things like that have happened to me before. So it's about my job, how I got it, and it was just an amazing experience for me, guys. Like, I literally see the hands of God working in my life. Like, I cannot deny that. It was undeniable. Like, that's how it was, and literally right in front of me. And so let's get into it. Let's get started. So here's what happened. So right after I graduated, I actually started looking for a job, literally everywhere, wherever it was saying hiring now. I just went to those places and nothing was working. I had to cut some part of my hair off. I had to spend money on scrubs. I had to buy I don't even know, a lot of other uniforms, and I had to take some tests online and all that. I spent a lot of my money onto those things and nothing worked. I had to take some drug tests, and I had to go to the hospital, of course, and I had to taste my blood and whatever, and nothing worked. And after all of that, like, at some point I thought I was gonna get hired at Bail Mill, actually. Yeah, I went there, she told me first, before working there, I need to take a test online too. I think it has to do with the hygienes and stuff. So I took and I passed the test, and hey guys, I'm here, and like, I show her the result basically. And that's when COVID hit at a different level, and everything has to be closed down again. She was like, sorry, we don't hire now, people are not allowed to get in anymore because because of the COVID, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, what? But after that, okay, before all that, before the call, I think it was during the COVID, actually. I thought it was before I gave my life to Christ. So I thought I was gonna work at maybe Forever 21. I wanted to work at a shopping place, something like that. I don't want to work wherever it has to do with food, like anywhere that sells food or has anything to do with food. I don't want to work there because I love food, so I don't. So I was just looking at those different places, like a shopping place, or maybe somewhere in the mall, or maybe HEB, Walmart, or anywhere like that. So that's what I was planning, and then a lot of things happened. Got baptized, gave my life to God, and my goals just went into complete different ways. Like, I had to say bye to my old goals in life and my dreams or whatever, because those things weren't godly. So I had to like change everything. But anyway, and then fast forward, after I gave my life to Christ, I was just looking at life at a different perspective. I wasn't just thinking like that, wishing for things without even telling God about it. I was when I was looking for a job, I was really having a hard time. But even though I was having a hard time, I wasn't worried about anything, because I knew God got all of this in his hand. He was in control. Because while looking for a job, I was still praying to God, telling him that, God, if you want me to work at this specific place, please let me be hired there and like apply there. I really want to work somewhere where you approve, a place that it's good for me, not just somewhere that's, I don't know, anywhere bad. I don't want to work there. But I was trusting in him. And okay, the first place where I applied was Wendy, and I got hired the very same day. So I got hired on like a Saturday or Friday. So he told me to start on Monday. So right before Monday, it was Sunday. So I was just feeling, I just had this weird feeling in my stomach. I wasn't feeling right about working at Wendy. I was just so scared, and it was just bitter feelings inside my stomach. I just wasn't liking it. I didn't want to work there. It was something wrong, and I told my dad about it. I was like, I just had this weird feeling about working at Wendy, like something that's preventing me from working there. He was like, if you're feeling any kind of way, maybe it's God trying to tell something. Maybe God doesn't want you to work there. I was like, and he said maybe I should just tell them that I don't want to work there anymore. I don't want the job anymore. And I was like, I really want to do that because I really, really don't want to work there. So I told him I canceled. I was like, you know, sorry, I don't want the job anymore. He was like, oh, okay, that's fine. My mom was really mad, but you know. So anyway, I told them, you know, when I was like, I didn't want the job anymore, and then, you know, I'd be looking to different places, applying at different places. Where this time school had to start, and I spent the whole summer not working. I was just working with my mom because she has her own business. But you know, I want to work at a different place. I didn't want to work with my mom. But anyway, there was school, and at some point when I was going to school, I even forgot about it. I was like, you know what? Maybe God doesn't want me to do. I'll say I was, I was happy because it means that God was really looking after me. He means that, you know, He was searching for like a good place that He wanted me to work there, because any of those places where I applied to just were like, no, like not, you know, He didn't want me to work there, and I was really fine with that. I was trusting in Him, and it made me happy, you know. Also, I was happy even though I didn't have the job. I was happy because He was looking after me, like I said. But you know, while going to school and like the homeworks and all that, it just made me forget about looking for a job. I was just, at some point I just gave up basically, and my mom had to bring up the subject again on the turbo. She reminded me, you better get a job, and then you need to do something, you need to make money somehow, yeah. And I went out again looking for jobs. Like, places were not hiring, like nowhere, like they just weren't hiring. Places were not hiring, you know. She was like, you need to search more. Anyway, fast forward the end of the semester, I dropped out of school. A lot of things happened. I dropped out of school. I didn't want to go to school anymore. I was just like, you know. But anyway, okay, after the last week of school, basically, you know, I was like, Lord, I cannot do this, you know. I don't want to go to school anymore. I told my mom about it. She agreed, and blah blah blah. And now there's another thing that happened. A lady, my mom's friend, you know, she works at a refugee center. She's very sweet, very lovely. Like, she really loves me. She really like love my family. You know, she's very sweet. You know, she sent me we haven't talked for a while. Like, we haven't talked for maybe 7 months, or maybe more. We barely talk, but she, you know, we know each other. She's pretty nice. So she sent me a text, and it was about, she's the one who helped me apply at a college, you know, the college that I went. She sent me a text about a scholarship, FAFSA, because at the time I didn't apply for FAFSA because of some reasons. But you know, she was like, hey, we have a scholarship that you maybe should apply to. No, I was like, okay, you know, I didn't want to tell her on the phone that I'm not going to school anymore, that I dropped out. I just wanted to talk to her in person. So she called me at her office. You know, I went there, and then I told her I'm not going to school anymore, you know. And you know, I told her the reason. Oh, she was like, okay, it's fine. But here's the thing: if you're not going to school, you need to look for a job, because you need to be doing something with your life. You know, you can't just be, you know, staying home and be lazy. I was like, yeah, no, I'm looking for a job actually. Like, so, but I don't know any place that are hiring, you know. And she told me about. She was like, hey, it's almost Christmas, you know. It's the holidays. Macy's hire. So she was telling me about this bunch of places that hire. I didn't remember. Places at the mall, you know, shopping places. I was like, wow. She told me about Macy, you know. I was like, yeah, I want to work there, of course. It's like a shopping place. Macy's sell clothes, and I love everything that has to do with clothes, you know. But honestly, deep down my heart, I just, at that time, I didn't think that working at Macy would kind of happen, basically. Like, I wasn't, because to me, my mind was like, Macy, like, I don't think I'll ever get hired at Macy, because that's too, like, you know, this is like a big company, like, you know, like, that was just something unbelievable, something that would never happen. So that's what was in my mind. So I was like, oh, I guess sounds good, but I'll never get hired there, you know. So she was telling me all those other places, and she was like, hey, I'm gonna send you some website where you could go and apply for jobs. I was like, okay. She sent me Macy, the website of Macy from like different locations, the one in San Pedro, on Ingram Mall, you know, different places, and like Dillard, and like different also other shopping places and stuff. I applied everywhere, and in my mind, I didn't think that I was gonna get any chance. I didn't think that I was gonna get hired from Macy. Like, that was just, I was just doing it because I was looking for a job. That's all. But you know, so I applied there. I didn't even know where, like, 2 days later, okay, I applied. I wasn't hoping, there wasn't any hope in that, you know. All I was just praying God to give me a job, a place that He wants me to go work there, and like, you know, a good environment for, you know, for me, and just a good place where I'll get well paid and be with nice people and all that. So apply Macy's. I wasn't even waiting for their emails, and I wasn't expecting anything from them. And then 2 days later, I received an email from them saying that, hey, we approved your application, just schedule an interview. I was like, oh, what in the world? Like, what am I seeing right now? And my heart was beating. I was really happy. They sent me a website. I went to that website and scheduled an interview with them. And then the interview was the next day. So there's a Macy around where I live. It's like 15 minutes. There's a Macy at Ingram Mall. So I went there in person. I didn't know the interview was going to be on the phone. So the interview was going to be at like 12 p.m. So I went to that Macy at Ingram Mall, and, you know, I went there and I was like, hi, I'm here. Why should I, you know, why here today? I was like, I'm here for an interview. She was like, interview? We don't have any interview. And I was like, what? I scheduled an interview for today. She was like, we don't have any interview. And like, you know, and she was like, well, you know, so I asked her, are you guys hiring right now? She was like, not anymore, but for next year we are. You know, she was like, okay. I was like, okay. And she told me, if you want, you could schedule an interview right now for Friday and you can start working next year. I was like, yeah, sure. And I did. And then I was going back in my car. I was going back in my car, and I received a call. She was like, hello. I was like, hello. She was like, hello. This is Macy. I was like, what? I just came out of Macy. But this was a different Macy from a different place. North Star Mall. The Macy that had North Star Mall. I was like, I didn't even know, because I applied at so many different Macy's. I didn't even know which one was which. And you know, the interview went horribly. That's how I felt. But at this, I was so nervous. I didn't know how to answer the question. She asked me this, that. I was like, Lord Jesus, please help me, because I really want to work there, but I just don't know how to answer these questions. But I actually did answer them somehow, you know. And then, you know, at the end of it, she was like, oh, thank you. We might give you a call back today, but if we don't give you a call back, then keep looking. Well, it technically means that you didn't get hired, you know. I was waiting the whole day for her call. Nothing. I was like, oh Lord, this is just so frustrating. I was just overwhelmed, and like, I was just giving up, basically. Like, I was just like, oh well, I didn't get hired. Okay, oh well, I'm just gonna keep applying to different places. Anyway, 6 p.m. hit. A brother in Christ of mine called me. You know, it's because he told me that my dad called him and told him that I dropped out of school. He was asking what was going on, and we kept talking. And, you know, he told me that he got the COVID symptoms. I was like, oh, you know, we kept talking, and then he, you know, he asked me to pray for him and all that. And then I also, okay, he was like, okay, since you're not going to school, whatever, you know. I was like, I talk so fast. But anyway, he was like, since you're not going to school, you need to be doing something, you know, what are you going to be doing? I was like, you know, I'm looking for a job right now. I'm keep looking. I apply at many different places, you know, they haven't called me yet, nothing. And I told him that I applied at, I told him I applied at Macy, you know, they called me, and I basically told him everything that happened. And, you know, I was kind of worried, but also careless, because I knew God was in control. I you know, I was like, I trust God. I'm fine. Like, literally, that's how I was. Like, I'm fine. I trust God. He's gonna help me somehow, because I've been praying about it a lot. But anyway, you know, he was like, oh, okay, let's pray. And then he prayed for me. Oh, that was so sweet. And he prayed for me to get the job. He was praying for me, and let me tell you what happened next. He kept praying for me, and, you know, we were almost at the end of our conversation, and it was time for us to hang up. And then we did. And then 5 minutes or 7 minutes, between 5 and 7 minutes later, I got a call back from Macy again, saying that I got hired, and when do I want to start the training? I was like, tomorrow. Like, bro, I was so shocked. That was a miracle. And then I get, like, literally few minutes after we're done praying, I got the call from AC. Like, what in the world? And then I was just so happy. I was like, Lord Jesus, I cannot believe you made this happen. Like, do you know how long I've been looking for a job? That was, to me, finding a job was just like a dream that would never come true. I mean, I knew God was looking after me. I knew I had faith in God, of course. But it was just like, it just seems so impossible for me to find a job. I was just so amazed. Like, I was just so shocked. I just didn't know that I was gonna ever get a job. At some point in my life, I thought that I'll never get a job. Like, seriously, this is how crazy it went. Like, I just thought maybe God doesn't want me to work. That's like, you know, I think a lot. Like, I overthink a lot. I'm just a crazy thinker. You know, if something doesn't go my way, and I'll just be overthinking about everything, and that's just how I am. You know, I was like, what? I just couldn't believe it. I was like, Lord, thank you. Like, I've been looking for a job for 7 months right after high school, and it's like, I haven't even found any. I was always close to get hired, but I was never getting hired. Like, that's just how it was. I was always close, and I was like, the training, okay. I was just waiting for, and the next day I went for training. You know, everything went well, literally everything, and I was just so surprised. And the people, the place, it was huge. Like, that place was just huge. I've never been there actually, and you know, when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come, I didn't even know where that Mesa was, and I saw San Pedro. I thought it was like a different city or something, and then I realized it's still here in San Antonio. But I was very surprised. I didn't know I was gonna get there. I would just say, yes, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. And you know, I got there the next day, and the people were so sweet, so amazing. My first day there, my first day as a worker over there, it was just so cool. People were sweet, the clients were nice, you know. Not everybody's always the same. Some people are going to be nice to you, some are not going to be nice to you, but that's just how life works. But I just had a good experience over there, you know. And I mean, sometimes you just gotta learn certain things on your own, and that's what happened to me. I had to learn a lot of things by my own, but they were just showing me, but they were too fast because my brain doesn't work as fast as other people's brain. It's just not at the same level. Mine's kind of a little bit lower. So, because if you tell me something, it will take me like a minute to like picture it in my head or figure out what you're saying in my head. So, because that's how slow I am. So, things are going super fast over there. They show you things really quick, and it's like, I'm just like, my brain's all over the place. Like, what? I just can't figure things out, and I had to learn some of my stuff. And I didn't learn. God was just teaching me. Because, you know, I've been praying for that, and I just know how my brain works. So it's like, it's not easy for me to work with other people. I kind of like need to get used to it, and I kind of need a lot of help from God to, like, you know, get to work with people and then memorize things. Because you need to memorize a lot of things if you want to work at Macy's. That's just how things work there. But anyway, I was just so overwhelmed, and I was just so thankful to God. I was like, Lord, I cannot believe this is happening. This is like what? Like, but you know, it was just like a great thing. And okay, later after I got that call, I called my brother in Christ, and I was like, I told him that I got a job. He was like, what, sister? No, I cannot believe. Like, yeah, that's so true. I got the job. Like, right after I was done talking to you, 7 minutes or 5 minutes later, I received a call from them. He was like, wow, that's such a great testimony right there. This is a testimony. I was like, yes, it is. Like, because of that prayer, God said in the Bible, where 2 or 3 are united for my name, He's always going to be there in the middle, always going to be listening. It doesn't mean that if you by yourself pray, He won't listen. He will always listen. But, you know, I'm not too sure of the difference, but He always listens. He always listens to prayers. He does listen to prayers. God listens to prayers. Always and always. Even if you're by yourself, even if you with like families or other people, I don't know. But He, you know, like literally me and him were praying for that, and a few minutes later it happened. Like, That's just, you know, that's a miracle. What if I didn't receive that call from my brother in Christ? Like, who knows what would happen, you know? And I believe this is God's work. Like, this is just how amazing God is. That's just how He works. He's in the midst of everything. God is always present. He always listens. He's always and always present. He sees everything, and He just knows what will happen, you know. And He's the one who did all that. That's God. That's His work. And then when I started working there, I was just, you know, looking at how things were working and how the people were treating one another. I'm like, now I see what God was okay with me working here and what kind of environment this place is. You know, now I understand. I get it. Imagine if I forced things and I was maybe working at a different place. Who knows what would have happened to me there? Who knows what would have happened to me at when like he sent me that, you know, weird feeling in my stomach, and I could have ignored it and just go to that job because of how desperate I wanted a job. You know, who knew what would have happened? And He knows everything, and He is in control. And all I can tell you is just, please trust the Lord and do not ignore the signs. Do not be blind and just trust in Him. Don't just act on your feelings. Act because you know that these things, whatever you're doing, it's right at the eyes of the Lord, and that He's okay with it. Just trust in Him, and He's always gonna help you somehow. He's not silent. He's working behind the scene. He's always working behind. I didn't know that He was. I mean, I knew He was working actually. I just felt like He was just kind of like not letting things happen for me. You know, not letting anything happens for me, and I was just kind of okay with that. I'm just like, you know, Lord, you know, you know what you're doing, and I trust in you. I'm just gonna keep waiting, you know, because you know what would happen. And I'm just so happy to be working at Macy. That's just super cool. And yeah, that's my testimony, and I'm just that's I'm just so happy that happened, and I'm just so forever grateful to God. And that's just how things work in life, and I'm just forever grateful to the Lord for that, and I thank Him for everything that He has done in my life. Forever and ever, God is still working. He is still working in your life. Do not ever give up. Trust in the Lord. Put your faith in Him. Faith, it's what it means, what it says in the Bible. It means what it says in the Bible. That's what faith means. So it says, believe in what you have not seen yet. And we did not see God, but we have faith in Him. We believe in Him, and we know that He's real. God is such a I cannot describe God. I just cannot describe, but He's just a wonderful and just a pretty beans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. That's the testimony of mine that happened few weeks ago. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't remember how long I've been working at Macy, but probably for 3 weeks, and it happened a month ago. So yeah, but that's my testimony right there. I should also do another video of how I got baptized, how I gave my life to Christ, and everything that happened. But that's another video for another time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that notification button to get, you know, notifications whenever I post a video. And thank you for supporting me and supporting God and loving God.